Let's take a look at the implementation resources that will help you in your implementation of Eureka Squared. When you're looking at the whole curriculum map, these are the different levels that we teach at. Select the level that you're going to be teaching next year and click on the title of that level. This allows you to see all of the different modules that you'll be teaching at your level. Selecting the Implementation Resources button at the top will take you to a variety of really great resources that help understand Eureka and its complex implementation. So let's look at this. The first one that we're going to have a look at is the video library. In the video library, it has a ton of videos, very short videos of implementation of the various routines that you find in Eureka Squared. Eureka Squared is not super great at detailing the routines in the lesson plan. You have to see that the routine is coming in the lesson plan and then do some follow-up research. Eureka's implementation in the lesson plan is kind of assuming that you know what which one doesn't belong routine, what it is before you get into it, because the students will know what it is before you get into it. So looking in your lesson plans as you find them, look at these routines, and if you want to see the video implementation, this is a great resource. It has all the fluencies and it has all of the models. These are extremely helpful. These are the models that you use in your grade level. And it is very helpful for you to take a look at what they look like in real life, because looking at a picture is one thing and reading a description is one thing, but seeing it in its implementation is extremely helpful. The next section is our implementation guide. Now we're going to look at the grades 3 through 5 implementation guide. This is an overall textbook almost of how Eureka's laid out and all of the places you can find valuable information. I use the implementation guide as we are learning how to use Eureka. So for instance, I think the best part in the implementation guide is within the understanding how to teach, understanding the learn section, and understanding the apply. These are going to help you in understanding how to implement Eureka very well. This plan to teach is kind of what we're going through as a team. And the lesson facilitation, the whole thing is very helpful. It's only going to make you understand Eureka better, taking a look at the implementation guide for our grade levels. The next part that we're going to have a look at is the instructional routines. I mentioned before that the instructional routines that Eureka poses in their lesson plans aren't always detailed well in the actual lesson plan, because lesson plan is telling you what to say and do in that particular lesson. Now, some of the grade levels, for instance, in grade level 4, in lessons, I'm scrolling, I apologize, in level 4, module 4, in lesson 2, it asks you to do a math chat. It doesn't really describe well what that math chat should involve. It just says do a math chat. So this is where you would go to kind of read what is a math chat and some considerations for facilitation. It is important that we do further research than just looking at lesson plan and it says math chat, because it does relate to a very specific instructional routine layout. So use this as you find those instructional routines popping up in your lesson plans. This is the list of instructional routines that you will find throughout the lesson plans, and these are the ones that are inside of the implementation guide. Let's look at another one. In the maps, we have the achievement descriptors. Achievement descriptors are extremely helpful for backwards planning and understanding the proficiency level of your students. Eureka took standards and wrote them in very student-friendly, helpful, success criteria oriented wording. And it also posed three types of proficiency levels for students to show their work, and you determine, oh, yep, they're proficient, they can do that. It is by grade level, and it is essential to understanding the students and where they need to go by the end of a particular lesson, where they're going to be showing their knowledge. Now, let's move on to the scope and sequence. This is not as helpful because we have the online platform, we can see it very well. But if it is something that you'd like to have, this grade level map lists all of the lessons, the achievement descriptors or the objective, and the standards that are related to that particular lesson. So just really good for lesson planning. It's like a quick copy and paste into a lesson plan document if you want. Or this is good too. It tells you the topic, all of the lessons, and it goes downwards. So module 1 stretches vertically, and then module 2, 3, and 4. So we can print and paste it all together, and it will be a really nice visual to keep us on track. The last thing we're going to look at is the Talking Tools poster. Talking Tools posters are really helpful for students because it puts things in a sentence stem. If I am asking for someone to relay their reasoning or asking them to say it again, I might have this in the background of my Zoom. If I'm a part of the discussion, if the students are in breakout rooms, I might copy and paste this as an image into each of the chat boxes so that they can open it and see it. Those are all of the implementation resources that I find most valuable in this section. Please use this video to help you complete the rest of your study guide.